have been really driving that demand. And again, just a great location with a lot of dining, shopping, and commerce that's always growing. Hey guys, this is DJ Fairley, and if this is your first time to our channel living in Pittsburgh, make sure to click that like button, subscribe, click the little bell as well to make sure you're notified for all new videos. All right, let's talk about what $600,000 gets you in the Wexford, Pennsylvania area. So typically homes are going to be around that 4 to 5 bedroom range, usually at least 2 full bathrooms and a half bath, typically found on the main floor. Also, a lot of these properties will have a finished basement, which is awesome because that's just more livable square footage, even though square footage is supposed to be counted, we'll say, from the ground level and above. That finished space, for most, there's often another bedroom down there, another half or full bathroom, and a lot of folks with children like to use that as a game room, playroom, etc. Also, since post-COVID, there is a lot more interest in having bigger home gyms, so that's often where you'll find a larger home gym as well. A lot of the properties are typically going to be about 40 years old or newer. So again, being that this Wexford area was once more farmland, open land, the housing stock is on the newer end versus, as we've discussed in other videos, the South Hills being more of that 80 plus, 90 plus year old, housing stock. So that's also awesome, newer properties. Now, if the home was built, let's say around 1980s, 1990s, you typically will get a little more square footage. The only downside is, if not already updated to kind of modern times, there will need to be some updates made. On the positive, on the newer homes, let's say built now more in the 2000s, especially in the last decade, the open concept is going to be seen in most of these properties. What is so awesome about that is even though the square footage might be slightly less, it just feels a lot bigger. You're gonna have higher ceilings. That open kitchen to a family room is always a nice feature. And of course, usually a lot more sunlight windows to the rear, just make everything feel a lot larger. Now, a lot of these homes are typically not gonna be in gated communities. There are some, but more just open communities. What is great about the Wexford area with a lot of these communities, it's very common within the community to have playgrounds, community center, a swimming pool, basketball courts, tennis courts. So a lot of these builders have added these amenities, which is pretty awesome because if you're really busy, which a lot of people are, it's just great to be able to walk right out your front door and still have these amenities, for visitors, for the kids, etc. So a nice feature in a lot of these communities. Now, lot ranges, again, typically you will have more land than you have in the South Hills in the Wexford area. So you have on the smaller end, it's usually about a quarter acre lot up to a half acre or more. The challenge, of course, always being in Pittsburgh is finding usable yard space and level ground. Being that we're in a very hilly terrain, it's just more difficult to find that flat lot, flat yard, which always come at a premium, but you definitely have a bit more yard space and more privacy in the Wexford area. Now, the average sales price for the Wexford area is around that $500,000 mark, plus or minus a little bit. And keep in mind that is on the high end, being that the average sales price for the Pittsburgh area is still around that $225,000 mark. So again, what's driving that price up? A lot of demand for the Wexford area. 2 of the top school districts in all of Western Pennsylvania, being North Allegheny and the Pine Richland School District, have been really driving that demand. And again, just a great location with a lot of dining, shopping, and commerce that's always growing. It's not uncommon at all to find in the newer construction in the Wexford area to really be starting at almost that $1 million price point. So for the newer housing stock, the newly built communities, for the same size property we've been talking about, that 4 to 5 bedroom, let's call it around 35 to 4,500 square feet. It's, lately we're in that 750,000, pushing well over $1 million mark. If you'd like to know everything about living in Wexford, Pennsylvania, please check out my other videos where we dive a bit deeper into transportation, school districts, fun things to do with the kiddos, the outdoors, shopping, dining, etc. Once again, if this is your first time to our channel, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe below, and tap that little bell to be notified of all new videos moving forward about everything living in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.